Hom.
Yeah, Randall Hom.
He's going to kick me in the face if I don't remember.
That's right.
All right.
All right, cool.
We'll cut it first. No, just kidding. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the ChatGTM podcast. We are live reporting from the Startup Alley here at MURTEC at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are almost at day one. The show hasn't even started yet. I feel like I've been going for a while. But here's what I'm doing. I am walking the show floor, specifically in the Startup Alley, talking to what I think is probably the most interesting subject matter here, which is what new innovations are coming to our industry. They're going to change the lives, the profitability, and the effectiveness of the businesses that all these companies here support. And I'm lucky to be standing up here with one of the founders and CEO of Hostie, Mr. Randall Hom.
That's right.
And Randall's going to come a little bit closer to me so we make sure we're all in the shot. That's all right. That's what cuts are for too. But Randall, how you doing this morning first off?
Yeah, I'm great. Super happy to be here, and yeah, it's a great audience. So
fantastic. So you're sitting there somewhere.
Yeah.
I imagine a desk.
Yeah.
You got a pile of
Actually,
paper
a
around.
restaurant.
Okay, you're in a restaurant. You're in the weeds, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
What made you think of this solution? What was your moment of aha?
Oh man, so yeah, as I mentioned, I was running a restaurant, right? It's called Back to Back in San Francisco. It's still around.
Okay.
What we do is we serve wood-fired pizzas, natural wine, and we play all of our music on vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's a
I
popular
hear
spot.
snappy, poppy, good music playing.
Exactly.
Analog and amazing. Yes.
Oh, it's a beautiful atmosphere.
wood-fired pizza.
Yeah, great date night spot, right? So yeah, I'm running up and down the stairs, working kitchen shifts, right? As a owner-operator does, right? And I kid you not, I would have the phone on me at all times in my back pocket, cleaning dishes sometimes, working the expediter station, and yeah, I would be answering the same questions over and over, afraid that I would lose out on a reservation, private event, or takeout, right? So yeah, that's sort of when it clicked to me, where given where generative AI is at, right? The big question is, can we actually apply generative AI to hospitality and help operators do what matters most, which is spend time with their guests.
Yeah, and I can imagine, I mean, I've had this pain. I've called restaurants. Sorry, I don't like going online to make a reservation. I'm so old school, I want to call, right? I want to talk to somebody, confirm they've heard me, I know when I'm going to be there.
Right.
It rings off the hook.
Nice, I love that.
Right, it rings and it rings, and sometimes I just give up and don't even bother because they couldn't get the person on the phone, I move on.
Exactly,
right?
Totally, for sure. Yeah, especially with private events, right? You'll basically see like an EA dial down a list of 10, 20 restaurants.
Right.
And chances are the person who picks up first is going to get that large party.
Yeah.
So
now you've come up with an idea. You've got a team together. You built a what's it called?
Virtual Concierge.
Virtual Concierge, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting a name to it. Yeah, okay. And so the Virtual Concierge, walk me through all the things that it does for the restaurant.
Yeah, so it answers every single call, text, and soon to be email. And we'll basically give the restaurant a voice, and we'll have a back and forth conversation with the restaurant and the guests. Okay. Right. And how it works is through onboarding, we'll understand a restaurant's brand identity and certain maybe constraints that we need to work under. Mm-hmm. Is there a special experience that we need to book for 10 people versus 2, right? Does the restaurant actually place orders? Do they take private events, right? So we'll essentially ingest all of that information and use that to train the AI. And then we'll apply the AI to many forms of communication, right? And then we'll bundle that into a platform, which is Hostie, right here. And this is essentially how it's used at restaurants, right? The app will sit behind reservation tool of choice. Mm-hmm. So it's, we like to be a frictionless platform. And we'll have that back and forth conversation between the restaurant and the guests, and then we'll notify the operator of the most important conversations.
How complex, dynamic are these conversations? Can you take it the full way through, or is the point there's a human in the loop says, hey, I need to get you to one of our specialists that can talk you through the last mile of it, so to speak?
Yeah, so in most cases, so 80% of all cases, we'll take you all the way through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'll book a reservation, we'll place a takeout order, or even place an event inquiry. Yeah.
And is there a system of record, for example, it's made reservations through your solution before and therefore knows you a little bit? Or how far does that go?
Yes, exactly. So let's just say, I'm calling into a Cactus Club cafe, right? Okay. We associate first and last names with phone numbers.
Okay.
Right? And we'll actually remember when you were in last, what you ordered last, right? And it's up to the restaurant's discretion, of course.
Sure,
right?
sure. Right. But we all love the idea of a CRM and understanding our customer.
Exactly.
And if we want to mail them marketing things about what they've done before, usually that's an opportunity, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we give your front of house superpowers, right, to remember who your guests are, and we'll give restaurants the ability to leverage that information when they need.
I love that. Plus, you get your restaurant superpowers to not be on the phone.
Exactly.
When you can be supporting your guests, and they're not missing the phone calls that keep coming in, right?
Totally.
And you're live in the field, it sounds like.
Oh yes, exactly. We're live with 400 restaurants.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what's the aha moment they have when they're using it? Like they think they're getting one thing.
Yeah, totally.
And then they realize they have something else.
Right, exactly.
What is that?
Honestly, it is using this operator app, right? It sits in the background, as I mentioned, and we'll summarize every single conversation and fire out text notifications to the hosts. And what they can actually do is respond back to the guests in text. So now all of a sudden you're having a back and forth conversation with the guests and the operator through text message, right? So that is a huge aha moment for us.
Yeah. What about, I'm going to go a little complex here. You can go, hey, no, this doesn't work. This is not how it works, buddy. If I'm making an order and I'm in California, and I got very finicky diners.
Yeah.
I need gluten-free options.
Oh, yes.
I have dietary restrictions. Can I communicate that to your solution?
Oh, yes, of course. So my restaurant's based in San Francisco.
He knows a little bit about that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So we've gone so far as to, telling our AI, back to AI, what's in the gluten-free crust, right? So we could go as far as that level of detail, that far of fidelity. To answer your question, yes.
Beautiful. If people think, what's the myth you'd want to bust about what this kind of thing does? Because there are other voice solutions that are out there that are answering phones.
Yeah.
What's the myth you'd bust about what you guys do or what people think you do that you don't or you do better?
Right, totally. We're coming at it from a hospitality angle. So when my co-founder and I first set out on this mission, quite frankly, we looked around. And we weren't very impressed by any of the solutions because no one really understood restaurants. And we're coming at it from a hospitality angle, which means that we're in on every single conversation.
Yeah.
We actually use AI to measure the guest sentiment of every single conversation.
Right.
And we'll play that back to the operators and say like, hey, a guest didn't really like this interaction. How can we improve this, right? So we take every single conversation to heart and we'll learn from it and we'll improve from it. So,
how is the user experience? If I'm calling, do I know it's an agent?
Yes, you do. We'll disclose that information, right? We'll say that, hey, I'm taking notes on this call, sharing them with the team. So we'll always disclose it.
Beautiful. I'm starting to get this thing in my head. Damon John started a clothing brand called FUBU, For You By Us, right?
Nice, yeah.
You're FOBO. For operators by operators.
I'm here for it,
I absolutely love it. So you're here right now, you're at MURTEC Startup Alley. What shows are you doing? Are there other shows you're going to be doing this year where we can see you?
Yeah, actually right now we're actually doing the New York Restaurant Show. We'll be at the Restaurant Leadership Conference. We'll be at NRA.
Okay.
We'll be at FS Tech.
Yep.
All the major shows.
Those are all the major stops.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely. Well, awesome. Dude, thank you so much for being on, and absolutely love what you're up to. If people want to get in touch with you, want to look up your company, what's your website?
Yeah, so hostie.ai.
Okay.
So that's Hostie with an IE.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a LinkedIn guy?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so you can
follow me on LinkedIn
too. Boom. Beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us here over with Hostie. We're going to be back from the Startup Alley with some more great stuff. Stay tuned. And dude, thank you very, very much.
It was great meeting you.
Absolutely. He's going to be at the tables later. I'm going to just put my money on the pass line. I think he's a winner.